Originally, I was going to do this video with my iPad, but it decided to flatten one side of my face, so I'm doing it on this cheap Android. I'm kidding, Android for life. But this is a video regarding Tropical Depression 3 that's in the Bay of Campeche right now. And it's kind of an odd storm in its present state due to its pressure being at 1,003 millibars, yet its winds are only at 35 miles per hour. But that is not the important part right now. I want to explain what's going to happen with this depression. Firstly, this depression did form from the remnants of Tropical Storm Amanda, which was an East Pacific tropical storm. The energy from former Amanda helped in creating Tropical Depression 3. However, if 3 gets a name, it will be named Cristobal instead of Amanda because Amanda did not survive the crossing into the Bay of Campeche. Secondly, Tropical Depression 3 slash Future Cristobal will not be our problem until next week. The storm will meander around the southern part of the Gulf in the Bay of Campeche, right off the coast of Mexico, dumping inches, possibly feet of rain in that area, which again, like I said, it did come from Tropical Storm Amanda, which did dump rain on the East Pacific side of Mexico. Now 3 is going to continue the torment and dump, like I said, feet of rain in that same area. So we are expecting mudslides, and unfortunately, we are expecting a high death toll due to those mudslides and flooding. Kind of like how Stan in 2005 was. It hit that same exact part in Mexico or somewhere nearby, and had a death toll of about or a little bit more than 3,000. So um, we aren't expecting that high of a death toll from 3, but it could be a good possibility. Now, I want to talk about the impacts to Louisiana or Texas. Again, the storm is not expected to move much until this coming weekend, which is Saturday. Um, but even though we're at least 6 days from the storm even coming anywhere close to any of the Gulf states, now, regardless of what happens with Tropical Depression 3, now is the time to have a plan and to gather supplies. Because here's another thing about Tropical Depression 3 that I didn't mention earlier. Tropical Depression 3 may make several landfalls in Mexico and possibly dissipate, and the energy from 3 will make another possible cyclone in the Caribbean Sea, which will drag it right into the Gulf of Mexico, which would still be our problem. So, regardless if 3 survives or not, we could still be dealing with a pretty significant tropical storm within the next 2 weeks. Now, let's say that Cristobal does survive. Well, it's not Cristobal yet, but it will be. It will be. Let's say it does survive and then shoot north like it's expected to do, which, I mean, pretty much it will do. By Saturday night, it should be in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. So again, it will not move much over the last 5 days. So we have until at least Saturday or Sunday to prepare, because the spaghetti models are in more of an agreement that this storm will make either a Texas or Louisiana landfall, and it's looking more and more like Louisiana. And those same models have it strengthening to a category 1 hurricane. So we could be dealing with something similar to Barry or Isaac. Possibly even, it could possibly even strengthen into a category 2, which I highly doubt it will. But it is 2020 and stranger things have happened. But regardless of what happens with Cristobal, I'm just going to start calling it Cristobal from this point on because it's a given now. Regardless of what happens with Cristobal, we still have 6 days to prepare. Like I said, regardless, even if this does not happen, we still have a whole season ahead of us. So now would be the perfect time to stock up on supplies and have a plan. Let your friends, family, co-workers, enemies, I'm joking, not your enemies. You don't want them to know where you're evacuating at because they can just take you out. Especially during a storm, nobody will even know. They're going to think Cristobal killed you, but it was them. But but it is important to have a plan, and it is important to have supplies for at least a couple of days. As of now, we don't know if Cristobal will stall. Let's say if it does make a Louisiana landfall, we don't know if it's going to stall over us and die out. We don't know that. Nobody knows that right now. But all we know that it is, or something similar to it, will be in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico by Saturday. So again, make plans, get supplies, and be safe. That is it from me for today. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.